Have you ever received a text message that just made your heart flutter? You know, like it was as if there were no other words in the world that could make you feel so special and so happy. Well, now imagine that you had the power to make your husband feel those special butterflies for you anytime you wanted. Well, ladies, in this video, I'm going to try and teach you exactly that. How is it going, YouTube? Of course, I am Brad Browning, YouTube's #1 breakup and marriage coach. And like I said in this video, I'm going to give you 10 text messages to send to your husband to ignite that desire that you may have lost with him. Or, you know, if you just want to make him smile, well, these text messages can do that as well. Now, simply sending text messages like this, they won't fix your marriage alone. So if your relationship is in dire straits, no single text message is going to repair all of the damage overnight. You know, a more comprehensive approach is obviously going to be required for that type of situation. But these text messages that I'm about to talk about are great, and they're ones that you can send right now that can have a massive impact on how your husband perceives and feels about you. So without further ado, here are 10 messages that you can send to him right now that'll hopefully brighten up his day and make him desire you tonight. Number 1 is what I call the appreciation text. Now there's one thing that men want more than sex, more than money, even more than their favorite sports team winning the championship. Do you know what that thing is? I'll give you a couple seconds to guess. Drum roll, please. Well, here it is. It is appreciation. Now, I guess you probably could have guessed that based on the title of this bullet point here, but respect and appreciation are incredibly important to a man. If you make him feel like his good work is noticed and appreciated, you will make him feel like the masculine and powerful dude that he is. And you know, this is something that a man needs to feel on a regular basis. You know, he needs to feel like he's being a manly provider, otherwise his passion is going to die off, even faster than you can say appreciation text. Now this text, you know, it can be something as simple as this.
I appreciate you and your hard work. Everything you do for me is incredible. Thank you.
So, you know, try sending this one in the middle of his workday and just watch as his desire level for you skyrockets when he gets home that night. Now, the second text is the anticipation text. So depending on how long you've been married, you may have noticed that the passion and the intimacy have started to wane. Now, that's completely normal and expected, you know, but if you've been following my advice on YouTube here, then you'll know that having a rich and a vibrant sexual relationship with your partner is very important. And, you know, if you aren't that sexual with your partner anymore, if things aren't intimate like the way they used to be, but you are completely happy, well, then that's fine too. But it does never really hurt, you know, to add in a little more spice into your life. So try sending a text like this.
I'm in a frisky mood. I can't wait to see you later.
Or you could say,
You'll never guess what I'm wearing for you later.
Now always leave, you know, something for the imagination, and I can promise you that he will be pouncing on you as soon as he sees you next. And number 3 is the future text. Now, you know, married life is great, but sometimes, of course, it can get mundane and repetitive. And that's why it's always a great idea to make sure that you both have something to look forward to. So with this text message, you know, make an easy but fun and exciting, you know, plan for a date. Or better yet, if you already have a plan in the future, talk about how excited you are to do that plan or live that out. You know, you could just even say something as simple as,
I can't wait for our amazing trip to Italy this summer. You, me, some sunshine on the Amalfi Coast, and some romance to boot.
Or you could say something like,
your favorite show is on tomorrow night. Pizza, wine, and snuggles?
Getting your husband stoked on life like this is going to make him super excited to see you and to be around you again. Number 4, the skill text. So you not only want to make it known that your husband is appreciated, but you also want to make sure that he knows that he's also, you know, equally as competent. So, you know, playing the distressed, helpless lady will allow him to grow into this masculine kind of disposition. So, you know, in order to do this, you could just say something like,
I seriously cannot seem to get this app to open on my phone. Can I get your help when you come home, love?
Or you could say something like,
I can't open this jar of honey your mom got for me. I need your big, strong arms to do it for me.
I know, you know, you can figure out all these things on your own, but the point here is to make your husband feel like he's good at something. So, you know, when he feels like he's competent, it activates a powerful mechanism in his mind, and he's going to be ridiculously addicted to that feeling. And only you, his wife, can give him that sort of feeling. And by the way, ladies, you know, if you want to learn more about these hidden tips and tricks and learn other ones as well, then I highly encourage you to watch my comprehensive how-to guide on how to make your husband really tick. Now, it doesn't matter where you're at in your marriage, because this video will for sure help you out regardless of your situation. To watch it, just head over to marriageguy.com. That's marriageguy.com, and I will put that link in the description below the video as well. And now let's move on to text number 5, the memory text message. Now in this message, you're going to want to force your husband to think of a happy time you both spent together. You know, a time when you were at your happiest and things were going well in your marriage. So it could be that camping trip 3 summers ago, that dinner you had on the beach in Greece, whatever. But reminding your husband of this important memory will not only make him feel good, he'll also feel more committed to your marriage. I mean, after all, when you've put in so much time and effort into something, the more you feel pot committed to it. Now, there isn't really much of an example that I can give you here. Only you can come up with a powerful memory text, but you do want to be as detailed as possible. So, for example, describe the smells, the temperature, the mood of the environment that you were in when that moment was shared between the two of you. And talk about how it made you feel and how much you badly want to bring that memory back. All right, and number 6 is the I do text. Now, this is just a really simple message that will give him the warm fuzzies. So say this kind of thing when he least expects it.
If you went down on one knee again right now, I would say I do all over again. I hope you know that.
Short, simple, and sweet. Reminding your husband that you'd commit to him for life again, it's an extremely powerful message that you can send to him right now. And ladies, you can thank me later for this one when you see how much he appreciates it. Okay, and on to number 7, the hard times text. Now, this is a great text to send your husband after a hard conversation or an argument. And yes, we all do get into those arguments with our spouses. And although you can't always avoid arguments, how you conduct your argument or conversation is something that you can control. So, the next time that you have an argument with your husband or a conflict of some kind, text him the next day and say something like,
I know that was rough last night, but I'm so glad we are on this journey together. I love you so much, despite whatever happens.
Now, this text obviously, it won't solve all your problems, but it can help to reframe the argument in a more positive light. And remember, any argument, you are responsible for half of the conversation. And what you do with your 50% of the argument can make or break your marriage. Number 8, the uplifting text. Now, as the name suggests, this text is something that you could send to your husband when he's having a rough day. So, you could just say something like,
I know you're feeling burdened today. I know how overwhelmed you might be feeling right now. But I'm just here to let you know that I'm here for you.
Or you could say something like,
you always lift me up when I'm down. So I'm just letting you know that I love you. And that if you need anything at all from me, just let me know.
And really, it is as simple as that. Just give it a try and see how it works. And number 9, the more men like you text. You not only want to make your husband feel like he's a special person to you, but you also want to make it known to him that he's even more special and competent than all the other men out there. See, men are inherently, competitive, and by playing this psychological trick, you can basically just make him feel even more infatuated with you. So, for example, you could say something as easy as,
if more guys in the world were like you, the world would for sure be a better place.
Or you could be, even a little more specific and single out something that he really cares about. So you could say something along the lines of,
if more men were as intelligent as you, the world would be a far better place to be in, that's for sure.
And just as a random aside here, make sure that all of these text messages that you're sending are real, genuine, and thoughtful. The more thought you put into these text messages, the more he'll feel those warm fuzzies. And finally, number 10, the service text message. Now, it's no secret that people just love having stuff done for them. And your husband is absolutely no exception. So, get him pumped up for all the cool things that you're going to do for him that night or on any given night. It could be a text about putting the kids to bed, something about what you'll do for him in the bedroom later in the evening, or something, even about, doing the laundry for him that night. Just remember, although it is empowering to have him do stuff for you, you have to acknowledge that you're a team and that you're not only willing to pull your weight, but you're also happy to do so as well. So, ladies, that just about does it. Do you have any other amazing text message examples that you could send to your husbands that you want to share with the rest of the world? Just leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to feature them in my next video like this one, if they're good enough. And by the way, guys, if you are interested in hiring me as your personal marriage coach, just head over to marriageguy.com/coaching to see my current availability. All right, and that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.